We go. IDrA with the attack and charging into the line. That, oh wow, the bugger was absolutely decimated. Nothing's going to stop it. The Banelings coming in right there. That entire minimal line will be taken out. And of course, Phoenix lacks the defense because of that early aggressive play. IDra's about to take full advantage of it. Banelings roll in. That is one minimal line that will not see the end of today. Here we go. IDrA with the patience. Doesn't want to detonate too early on that one. And then backing him into the corner. It's, oh wow, it's a fantastic detonation. IDrA dominating his opponent right here, and the last few SCVs will be torn apart. It's brutal. What else can you say, folks? Absolutely brutal. In come the Banshees, but what will they do? Really not an awful lot. Phoenix is about to have everything he knows and loves torn from under him. His starport is on fire. Nothing will stop it. Absolutely not. In comes the engineering bay, and down goes the engineering bay. Redeploying, Phoenix gives it up. Good game. Phoenix looks for a push once again. However, if he can't take that down, then he's going to be in big trouble. And IDrA looking once again with perfect timing and an amazing surround right there. And those Marines will not live to see another day. Torn into shreds by the teeth and claws of that circling force, the Swarm. The Swarm rips him apart. Nothing but blood and guts left on the ground right here. Plenty of Thors on the field, but I'd be very worried about this. Look at that, streaming across the map right here. A massive advantage in terms of numbers right here for IDrA. It's what he wanted, and he's executed it perfectly. Phoenix is not really ready to defend against this at all, but he goes for it anyway. Swarms around. Those Thors, nothing will remain of that force. In come the Banelings. Oh! Down they come. And where are the spine crawlers? Where are the roaches? Where's the defense? Pulls it off almost immediately. Only loses one. There's a second drone down. And here's the Swarm. Look at that. Popping out at a perfect time. An amazing surround right there. And in the meantime, we have an engagement on the front line. And look at how many roaches IDra's got. That is absolutely absurd. In come the Banelings. Down goes one bunker. And right now, IDrA crushing the forces of Druby. The line will not hold. No upgrades for your infantry means a lot of very, very dead Marines. IDrA prosecutes this attack with ruthless efficiency. Look at the pull off the line right there from the SCVs. Druby's economy in tatters right now as a single siege tank tries to hold the line, blowing up roach after roach. You know it won't be enough because down it goes. No repairs for you. IDrA following it up right now with speedlings. That tank is caught out of position. It is undeployed. It is getting ripped into tiny little metallic shreds. And IDrA dominating right now and taking revenge for previous losses against Team Root, ripping his way through the forces of Druby right here, and there's just nothing he's got in order to defend against this. Single Hellion just so desperately tries to hold it, but in IDrA comes once again another roach, additional speedlings coming in. IDrA is just not giving it up. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. One missile turret, one Thor, and with that many, yeah, he should be able to take it out with that many. A couple of waves of attacks, it loses one, takes the Thor out. Minimal losses for the Mutalisks, however, so I'm not too worried about that. But two missile turrets, he doesn't want to go anywhere near that one right now. More Infestors on the way, a huge number coming out right now. I'm looking forward to seeing these in play. Infestors easily one of my favorite units. That's a bunch of free Hellions, and that is not good right now for Druby. This is what I would be dreading if I were Druby right now. Here he goes once again. He should be able to take a Thor and lose only a few Mutalisks in the process. He could even snipe off that missile turret. He doesn't go for it, though. There's a huge amount of anti-air firepower. By the looks of it, unstoppable forces of IDrA moving on right now. Missile turrets coming down way too late, I'm afraid. Upgrades available. Gonna rain it down right now on everything that Druby holds dear. And in the meantime, these Infestors moving in. Here's the neural parasite. There's one. There's two. He grabs it. Down come the point defense drones. Half of the Thors are in control of IDrA right now. This is absolutely absurd play. Druby was not expecting anything like this. He just got absolutely mutilated. Mauled, murdered, I tell you, murdered. It is ridiculous. It is brutal. And the Thors desperately trying to hold out against the Broodlings and the Zerglings of IDrA, and you know it ain't gonna happen because IDrA just pulled off a coup d'etat. More Broodlord cocoons incoming. The Air Force of IDrA is unstoppable right now. Sitting on 12 Corruptors. And here comes the deployment. Oh, Neural Parasite. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent grab. IDrA turns the guns against the Terran player. And Druby shredded as a direct result of that genius play here by IDrA. An amazing set of games thus far from him. showing some absolutely fantastic strategies, and this is absolutely astonishing. Broodlords continue to hammer their way through the defenses of the Terran player, desperately trying to hold out, and right now you just know he can't do it. The army count comparison, the supply comparison, the economic comparison, it's just nowhere near. Look at it, shreds it. The Marines don't hold up for more than 5 seconds against that kind of assault. More Thors moving in to try and hold that line. The Planetary Fortress with 187 kills. It refuses to die yet. Oh, wow!
IGNN doing a Ling Hydra push right here, getting a great concave. Kiwikaki's units are all stuck in the mineral line right there, and those Hydras are just doing work on the gateway units.
Yeah.
I think Hydra's going to be able to take the game right here.
Yeah, Kiwikaki here not being able to warp in additional reinforcements. Keep in mind, he's only got 3 warp gates, ladies and gentlemen, which is not enough, I don't think, to deal with this Hydra ball in front of his natural. Beautiful attack right here by IGNN, really sensing the game timing and knowing when is the best time to attack Kiwikaki, when is the best time to exploit the Protoss player based on the build that Kiwikaki went with. And now Kiwikaki's Nexus could potentially go down. I think it will, actually. In the back, the Dark Templar just kind of chilling, not doing anything. And an Observer coming out of the robotics. I was thinking maybe if that was a Colossus, he might have had a chance, but not a Colossus. And nothing to pick off the Overseer, which means these Dark Templars aren't going to be alive for very long.
Yeah, the last ditch effort is the Dark Templar, and the Natural is going to go down, and Kiwikaki calls GG. Void Ray, they might be able to kill these 2 queens.
Yeah, this is a deadly, deadly combination, especially when there's only queens here to defend. Hydralisk then trying to come out, so Hydra's trying to get Hydra. Surprisingly, doesn't have a Spore Crawler yet, considering the fact that he had Evo Chamber prepared, but he didn't build a Spore here at this Auxiliary Expo. Now building it a little bit too late. This Void Ray will be able to pick it off, and I think this hatchery will go down. Oh my goodness, Hydra will actually lose more queens that were coming out to defend. And I think
he's going to keep the hatchery alive, though.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Yeah, he's going to keep the hatchery alive.
But he's losing so many queens.
This is brutal, man. Losing these queens is costing time on his inject larva, costing times on spreading creep. All the queens have gone down now. Wow, he may actually sack this expansion. I don't know. He needs to bring his forces over to save it. And his Phoenix here are going to come in handy if he can elevate. Nice forest fields. Will we see IGNN burrow in and go underneath? He's actually dropping creep down and loading up his forces into the Overlords here. Oh, wow, he's going to drop right into the main, or possibly just use these to evacuate out of the area.
Oh, and the Phoenixes are coming to start picking off the Overlords. That Overlord is full. It goes down.
If we look at the army tab, it's actually 200 over 136. Mind you, about 20 of that supply is Harvesters, but IGNN still has a significant army advantage. He's actually going to pick off every single Colossus, I believe. Sack these Corruptors, go for the Colossus, do it. He's got so many roaches, and if those Colossus get whittled down, he can actually do a lot of damage to that mainly gateway comprised army. And
playing a fantastic game right here, going in on the natural, gonna probably burrow a couple of those roaches from the back. Oh no, he's not burrowing them under the force fields, losing a ton of roaches right there, but still keeping the threat alive and rallying more roaches into the fray, and probably going to continue to try and push on this third.
He's kept that Harvester count really, really low, and as a result, his army is so much larger than Kiwikaki. There's no more Colossus in this Death Ball, which means these Corruptors are free to do whatever they please. They can actually become Broodlords right now. They're going to ward away the rest of the Phoenix. Roaches burrowing under the force fields, layer after layer of force fields, trying to hold back the Zerg army, but IGNN continuing to macro back at home. Wow, Kiwikaki could possibly lose this to IGNN's completely crazy aggressive style of play. This is like God of War, Zerg Soren style.
Yeah, this is a very exciting game right now. These players are all over the place right now. IGNN flanking with a small group of Hydras that are doing a ton of damage, and he is definitely going to be able to take out this third. And I don't know if Kiwikaki is going to be able to recover from this. He calls GG.
Force field getting laid down. 3 force fields. I don't know about that. Actually, it keeps these Zerglings at bay right here, so they're kind of doing the whack dance of the game where they have nowhere to go. Really nice by KiwiCocky, but he may lose his natural.
All of the sentries getting taken out from KiwiCocky. KiwiCocky probably going to lose his natural or just straight up lose the game right here.
Wow.
IGDRA is pressing into the main mineral line, going to start picking off probes immediately, going to kill that Zealot that's warping in. The roaches are getting chipped away at by that Void Ray, but keep in mind there are a bunch of roaches in the main right now.
Absolutely. What KiwiCocky needs to do is run the probes and do the merry-go-round right now while his Void Ray whittles down these roaches, but with IGDRA continuing to flood the front door with lings, and it doesn't even look like KiwiCocky is bothering to make more sentries. He really needs to make sentries and Zealots right now as he tries to pick off these roaches, and he needs to keep these probes alive. Wow, no Zealot, no sentry at this front door means more lings will run in. I just said, no, I'm gonna go roach ling and bust the door down. Even though my forces can't hit the air, I think I've got enough to break it.